Yeah, public transport is being derailed. Right, I'm in bed and I'm going to have a rant now. I'm going to have a rant about taking the train, the trials and tribulations of taking trains, particularly in the UK. So what do I hate about taking the train? Well, first of all, I just think railway stations are really dirty, messy, horrible places. Busy, packed, too many announcements. Every couple of seconds there's another announcement. The ticket machines, they're slow. They take a long time. There's too many types of tickets. You've got to be like some kind of ticket expert these days. Some tickets you can only use on Virgin. Some you can only use on TransPennine Express. Some are only for northern trains. And if you should accidentally buy the wrong one, they give you, the third degree. It's like you've committed a crime. So for me, that is a very big deal. What else do I hate about getting trains? I would say that these days trains are getting cancelled all the bloody time. There's always a different excuse. The people who work on the trains are constantly on strike, and I completely understand. They're feeling the pinch of the economy, which can't be easy. What else do I hate about the trains? I've talked about tickets, getting tickets. The tickets take too long. If you're in a rush to get a train, there can be a queue. And, for that queue to go down, it can take forever for people to faff about. Somebody can stare at the screen for 2 minutes, just faffing about, playing around with different journey options. And then, in my experience, particularly in the UK, I don't know what that is, but whenever I get to the platform, there's always a train just departing. So, on a regular service, the train I want, just as I get to the platform, that's when the train is just departing. There's always a conductor almost like looking out smugly as the train pulls away. They've always got that sort of feeling of self-satisfaction. They actually take pleasure in seeing people who wanted to get on the train miss the train. They're like sadists, aren't they? They're sadists on rails. That's exactly what they are. Now, what about on the trains themselves? Well, what can I tell you? They have these Jobsworths. I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they have like a set of keys. And I've noticed that when the train arrives at the station, they sort of put their key and turn it. They open the door, they sort of pop their head through and look left and right. I mean, what is the point in that? Why are the train companies paying these people to twiddle with keys all day, every day? I just don't know what that key twiddling is all about. So in this day and age, I just don't understand that. So there's the key twiddling. There's a lot of key twiddling. I would say, compared to other countries, in the UK, the announcements go on forever. I mean, I travel in other countries. There's no fancy announcements. They might say the next station is Berlin, but they don't do War and Peace. Every single time the train stops and then begins, it's like, the next station will be Selby. Welcome aboard, TransPennine Express. Then it goes on like, there's lots of warnings. And it's a bad reflection of the state of the UK, but there's so many warnings about antisocial behaviour. Our staff wear body cams, to prevent antisocial behaviour. So there's all these announcements about body cams and ticket types and the next station. And there's all this faffing about, like, if you want to get off at the next stop, you need to come forward to the front 2 carriages. Thank you. So there's announcements. When you get the train, you want peace, you want quiet, you want silence to read and reflect and meditate. But no, there's announcement after announcement. And not only there's the automatic announcements, but then you've got the conductor on the train making their own announcements. Then there's the ticket checks. I don't know if you've seen these people, but they have to carry so much shite. As in, the other day, I saw one of these train, or they don't call them conductors anymore, they call them train managers, to be quite politically correct. The ticket machine this guy wore, this guy's ticket machine, it was huge. It practically took up his entire body, and that poor guy, he's got to wear that thing all day. I mean, this poor guy had severely restricted mobility. I just couldn't believe it. And I do understand the train companies, need to protect their revenue. But, it's like the Inquisition. Like, can I see your rail card, please? It feels like you're guilty before charged. The checks, the way they check the tickets, it's very, very sort of, it can be quite intimidating these days. Like, tickets please, tickets from Bridlington, tickets from Selby, tickets from Leeds. And they come up and down, up and down, up and down. Then you've got the people who come up and down with the sort of coffee. So when I travelled back from Leeds the other day, the guy kept saying, does anyone want cold drinks? Anyone for cold drinks? So I turned around and said, well, what about a hot drink? It's freezing cold outside. Oh, we've run out of hot water. So they never have enough hot water for the journey. There's always something, isn't there? There's never a journey without incident. There's always something. There's no hot water. There's leaves on the line. There's always a cancellation, and for a multitude of reasons. What else can I moan about? What else do I hate about getting the train? Other people on the train. Aren't people annoying? I mean, really, if I could have my way, it would be illegal for people to come and sit next to you. When you're in an aisle, when you've got the window seat, that other seat next to you, it should be sacred. It should be sacred. Some people sit right next to you, they elbow you, some people are big and some people breach into other people's private space. So it can be quite awkward and a little bit, I don't know, it's weird. When you're on those seats where you're facing other people, people secretly look at you or they stare at you. In England, people are shouting and screaming, and there's people crying. There's people telling their life story. There's people complaining. There's people speaking too loud. Now, I wouldn't say there's people snoring. I don't come across many snorers on the train. There's people reading broadsheet newspapers and sort of opening them, and taking up too much space with their newspaper. There are rowdy people who have had one too many. There's smelly people as well. There's those people who just have no sense of self-awareness. They don't wear deodorant, they don't wear a fragrance, and they are completely oblivious to their bad BO. So public transport stinks. It stinks from time to time. Some people eat inappropriate things on the train, and you can smell it all the way down the carriage. I don't want to smell your ratty sardine sandwich. I don't want to smell your egg, your festering egg mayonnaise all the way down the carriage. I don't want that. What else can we say about food on the train? Then there's all the overpriced stuff in the shop. Just because you're on a train and you're travelling at 125 miles an hour, I don't see why a Kit Kat should be twice the price. I know some of the people on the platform whose job it is to let the trains go, I think some of them take their jobs way too seriously. I've watched some of them from a distance, and they think they are wannabe airline pilots. I mean, they take it so seriously. The way they hold, there's like a white thing they hold up like this. They hold it up and they wave it, and for a second, I think it's as if they think they're in the Queen's Guards and they're doing some kind of show. It's really dramatic and it's really over the top and it's completely unnecessary. So be professional, be safe, but there's no need to act and there's no need to try and be way too fancy. There's just no need for it whatsoever on the British transport system. Yeah, it feels really overzealous. When you get off the train, there are so many staff who appear to be loitering about doing absolutely nothing. At the ticket barrier, there's loads of people that, I mean, loads of them. And a lot of the time, they just seem to be standing around doing absolutely nothing. Now, what are they waiting for? That is something that is just alien to me. Um, so it seems that there's loads of staff, perhaps when there doesn't need to be so many, and maybe if maybe they could deploy those people to do other things. Maybe those people could be working on helping make sure the train has enough hot water to make lovely hot drinks. Instead of them just lurking about at the barrier. Now, what else do I hate? I hate the way the escalators are always running at the opposite side or going the opposite way to when you need them. So when you want to come down, the escalator will be going up, and there's not always an up and a down. Often there's only one option. So when you've got a heavy bag and you want to walk down the stairs, the escalator's coming up. But then when you're at the bottom of the stairs on another occasion, it's the other way round. So you want to go up, but the escalator's coming down. So it's always, the escalator is always working against you. It's always sort of plotting against me, and that is a problem. Yeah, escalator always plotting against me. Unbelievable. What else can I tell you? Well, the lifts could do with a good clean. I went in one of the lifts at Leeds train station, and honestly, I mean, that smell of urine. Oh, actually, don't get me started. At Manchester Piccadilly, that has got to be the stinkiest loo in the world. I mean, I've travelled all over the world. I mean, I've travelled to third world countries. I've done shits and wheeze, in those like composting toilets in eco resorts in the jungle. But I have never come across a toilet that stinks like Manchester Piccadilly. I mean, it's insane. It is a sewer, quite literally. It's above a sewer and it smells like a sewer. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's got those fancy Dyson hand dryers, but you don't even have to go in there to smell it. You can smell it a mile away. Now, last time I was there, I stopped one of the cleaning guys and I said, like, what is it with this place? Like, you're cleaners. I don't suppose you're doing a bag job, but no matter what you do, you just can't get this place to smell like roses. And the guy said, it's impossible. No matter what we do, it always stinks. And they said, actually, it's down to the plumbing system. Like, there's just no way they can make it smell okay. I mean, Manchester, apparently, they keep referring Manchester now as this sort of like cool, metropolitan, cosmopolitan world city, yet its main train station smells like an effing sewer. Can you believe it? I mean, if you want to be a world-class city, when people arrive, they don't want to smell human wee and poo and sewage and effluent. That is not what people want when they arrive at Manchester Piccadilly. So toilets, yeah, that's really bad on the railway system. Really, really bad. Smells like shite. Now, what else do I not like about the railway system in the UK? Well, I don't like the fact we don't have double-decker trains. They have double-decker trains in other countries. Why can't we have double-decker trains? Well, apparently the Victorian train system can't accommodate them because they were built in the days when there weren't double-decker trains. So a lot of the bridges and tunnels are just too low for a double-decker train. But that put an end to the capacity issues. So anyway, we've talked about so many things. We've talked about stinking toilets. We've talked about overzealous ticket inspectors. We've talked about hot drinks that don't exist because there's no hot water. We've talked about incessant train announcements where they just won't stop going on and on and on. The announcements last too long. They're too frequent. They talk about too many things. They threaten too many things. There's those body cams. Every bloody person who works on the train has one of these bloody body cams. So we're being spied on and watched all the bloody time. This is, surveillance Britain at its best. I think I'm scraping the barrel now. I think I've spoke about the very worst of the whole thing. Yeah, I think that's it, really. Anyway, there we go. Enjoy.